Man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, let's talk about the top-ranked card last night where you had Edgar Berlanga. You had Bam Rodriguez. He was fighting on ESPN Plus. I did miss that. But let's talk about Edgar Berlanga first. Then we talk about the Mayoshi Nakatani and Verdejo fight. And then obviously we talk about Shakur Stevenson and what Toka, whatever his name was. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Share the video. Appreciate the love and support. Check out our fight reaction playlist for more videos like this. And yeah, I did catch the Berlanga fight. That was a really, really interesting fight. I think people wonder if Berlanga is going to fall in love with his power. And I don't think he's all that good of a finisher neither, dude. Like, he just got a lot of wild with his punches. But then again, he ain't got that one-punch knockout. And you think somebody with 16 straight knockouts got that one-punch power. He got that thudding power. He just overwhelmed you. He got good hand speed. And, you know what I'm saying, he got good accuracy, good punch placement. You know, so with Ulysses Sierra yesterday, I thought he was going to make it through the round. Me and Andre Ward, like, yeah, he's going to make it through the round. And he didn't, you know. And Berlanga turned up the heat, and he knew how to finish. But it was a couple of times where Berlanga winded up his shots, where Ulysses caught him. You know, but it didn't phase him because Ulysses was already hurt. It's hard to commit. It's hard to commit. Mr. Mason with us today. You okay, buddy? Oh, he about to throw up. Come on. Well, he didn't throw up. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Come here. Come on. Here he comes. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ah, he back. He didn't throw up. I switched to my mom's dog food for now. He like it, though. Here he goes. Lay down, pimp. Big dog. He like when you call him Big Mason. He think he a big dog. But he didn't watch the fight with me last night. He watched the Joshua fight with me. But, you know, other than that, Berlanga just got to kind of, you know, you ain't asking him to go out there and go 2 rounds. You get him out there if you can. They'll pay for overtime. You just, you know, wondering, you know, can he take it on the chin? You know, what happened when his power don't get him out of, you know, a jam? Can he box? But I heard he was a good amateur boxer. So, you know, Andre Rozier couldn't be there with him. Coach K was in the corner with him. But one thing I did notice is that his core ain't all that ripped, and that don't mean nothing. So maybe, you know, if he do got a chin, you can go to the body. You can hurt him to the body. But, you know, I seen a couple of times where he winded up where Ulysses caught him. He just didn't have enough to he didn't sit on the shot enough to hurt him. And I think that was because Berlanga was coming with that fire. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, but then again, you just wonder, you know, how he do with David Benavidez, or, you know, how he do with Caleb Plant, or how he do with Canelo, Callum Smith, and etc. So you just wonder that. And at the end of the day, you know, we'll see. You know, I hope, you know, boxing needs somebody like him. You know, boxing is good when you got a lot of good New York fighters, him, Teofimo Lopez, over the course of time. You know, Mike Tyson, they need to bring Jersey back or Atlantic City back. You know, the Boardwalk was always a good fight. It was kind of a venue that got replaced by the Barclays Center, unfortunately. And I like the Barclays Center. But it was a venue where a lot of, you know, Philadelphia, Midwest fighters like Kelly Pavick fought. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where Tour Gotti was from, but he fought there too. He was the man in Atlantic City. Then Bernard Hopkins. I think you had Andre Ward and Carl Froch fought there. You had a lot of great fights over the course of time. I think Mike Tyson even fought there. And the backdrop was just so epic. So you just hope guys like Edgar Berlanga bring that venue back. And you also could still fight the Hard Rock and all that, but the Boardwalk was just, it was just hella fun. You know, it was all, you know, at the Boardwalk, it was always a chance you get a good fight. A classic fight. You know, but, you know, hopefully Berlanga can bring that back. But then again, you still got the Madison Square Garden. You still got the Barclays Centers. But Barclays ain't built up that mystique like the Atlantic City. It's going to take them years and years, well, shit, 20, 30, 40, 100 years to build that mystique. The Barclays Center already has some really good fights there, but it's going to be hard. You got to build that up. But then again, Berlanga looked good last night. Some questions that he got to answer just like every prospect. And when he step up in opposition, I mean, we'll see. He's 23 years old, so he got time left, God willing. And, yeah, I like your hand speed. I like the punch placement. You know, I like to see him work up and down a little bit more, but we'll see if he get punched. You know, what'd he do? We'll see if somebody hit him in the body. What'd he do? We'll see if somebody moving back. What'd he do? I mean, we done seen this before with Matisse. We've seen this with a lot of good fighters. You know, Madonna, a lot of punchers. You know, and usually dudes that can dish it out, they usually can't take it. But he ain't got one of those long, skinny necks like Thurman and like Julian Jackson do. So the key to him beating him is probably going to be pushing him back, working the body. But it's a dangerous division. But he said he won't be to beat ass, and they need to work towards that. But that is what it is. Let's move on. Like the Mayashi Tanaki fight. You know, he beat Verdejo. And I was watching that fight and the Cobra fight at the same time. Cobra fight was at a different point in it. But Verdejo dropped Mayashi twice. And I thought he retired with brain bleeding. I don't know if that was a rumor or whatever it was. But, you know, Verdejo hit him twice and dropped him twice. He looked good. But you got to understand, Verdejo, a guy that's going to fade. People talking about the car accident. He wasn't living up to the prophecy before the car accident. Excuse me. So please don't use the car accident as an excuse. He just wasn't that good. You know, that don't mean he wasn't a good fighter. I mean, he wasn't. They was trying to make him out as the next Trinidad, you know, Cotto. He wasn't even Danny Garcia. Even they don't claim Danny Garcia, rightfully so. But with Verdejo, you know, he ain't no fighter that's gonna beat you by attrition. That's a dude that's gonna beat you by, you know, just talent. You know, he's an amateur fighter. He's a 4, 5, 6. You know, he's a half a fight fighter. That's the difference. Some of the best, like K9 said on his show. Shout out to my boy K9, Detroit in the house. He basically said that, you know, the best amateurs can beat you up for 3 or 4 rounds, but the pros is all about longevity, how deep you can go into fights. All right, but you know, he just ain't that. But with Tanaki, I was seeing him kind of getting hit with some bullshit, and eventually, you know, he eventually started turning the tide, and you know, the best amateurs could fight for like, you know, at least a half a fight. You know, that's kind of the difference with amateurs. You know, some of them can give you the business for 4, 5, 6 rounds, but can they play the long game? Back in the day when it's 15 rounds, when it's 12 rounds or 10 rounds now, you know, a lot of them dudes can't make that transition. And then also a lot of them dudes, when you take their headgear off, they can't take that punishment. So that's really, really the big difference. You know, and some of them dudes just never can fight that fight for 12 rounds. And then it's a different fight in the pros. You know, you talking about sitting down your shots more. You ain't, you know, body shots count for more, and the guys really looking to knock you out in the pros versus the amateurs. They looking to score and really going to the head. So what Verdejo was a really, really good amateur. But then again, Lomachenko was an exceptional amateur. And to me, he really never made that transition to a pro style. I think that's one of the reasons why Teofimo Lopez out-hustled him. You know what I'm saying? But with Mayashi Nakatani, you know, basically he landed a power jab. I mean, right before he hit, I can't remember what he hit Verdejo with, but I seen Verdejo, both his feet leave the canvas. His Adidas jumped off the canvas at least 3 inches. You know, and then basically from there, he dropped him again, and then they called the fight. So, you know, that's what happened when you ain't got no chin. That's what happened when you can't fight 12 rounds. He a professional amateur for life. You know, he ain't gonna beat nobody with that chin. He not gonna beat nobody with that conditioning. He just was a really good amateur that can never make the transition. That's it. He's a really good amateur that can't make the professional transition. And Nakatani, you know what I'm saying, they were trying to make Verdejo and Tio. And Tio, I don't want that. Tio was gonna knock him out easy. Mayashi Nakatani knocked him out pretty easy, and then, you know, easy work. Easy work. So, I mean, you know, I tried to build that fight up and just, you know, tried to build the Verdejo and Tio fight. But, you know, Bob Heron was just trying to get some of his money back from giving to Verdejo. And Verdejo just wasn't as good as he thought he was. And that's just what it boiled down to. And Nakatani took a shot. He ain't never been dropped before. He reversed Tio. Tio said he don't want to fight him again. Of course, Tio said he don't want to fight taller fighters again. Nakatani a problem. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Verdejo, I knew Verdejo wasn't going to win that fight. And wasn't looking good for Mayashi Nakatani, but, you know, he figured a way. Well, let's close it off. Shakur Stevenson beat that Toka kid. And I had to remember who that kid was. I seen him fight on the Demetrius Andrade, was a Walter K card. It's supposed to be the Billy Joe Saunders original card. But what happened was he got beat up by Kid Galahad. And Shakur Stevenson beat him up. I don't know if Galahad stopped him in that fight. But yeah, Shakur Stevenson just did what he wanted to do with him. Boxed him. Didn't knock him out. You get that spot. You just had 2 knockouts leading up to your fight. He should have went for the knockout, and that's what's gonna probably hold him back as being, you know, a great fighter, as getting the knockouts. He don't have the punch that Floyd had when he was down there at 130 and them. He don't have that punch, but and he really ain't got the length neither to go up to welterweight. But you know, he got the IQ, and he got the, you know, he just got the ring IQ. He real smart. He can fight a strong 10 round, so he should go a long way. But he should have got him up out of there, and that ain't what's gonna sell for his boxing fights. But you know, if you just keep winning good enough, Floyd shows you that you still can sell. But you know, I think he the most polished young fighter down there with Colbert. You know, Gervonta don't want to fight nobody, so we don't include him. Ryan Shin keep popping up, and Devin Haney, you know, I don't think he going far with his pops in his corner. I said what I said. So I think they the two best young guys, them and Gary Anton Russell. But let me know what you guys think about the top ranked fights. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media links in the description. Fast way to reach me is Twitter, then Facebook and Instagram. We also got a Facebook group, all those links there. If you want to chop it up, video request, chop it up, business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, advertise your business on the channel, all my links there. You want to make a financial donation, Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Best way to donate is share the video. Appreciate the love and support. One time for the one time. We gone.